Hi everybody, I'm Allison. Welcome to Flosstube number 18. I have all sorts of fun stuff today, and my canary Zazu down the hall is singing. You can probably hear him. There's dogs on a couch back there. They're jingling their collars, they're fluffing their blankets, so you might hear that throughout the video. I'm filming on Wednesday, February 12th. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I live in Arizona. It's kind of cloudy day, so I'm hoping the lighting is okay. I'm in front of some windows. It's in the 50s, it's been in the 70s, it's been like spring, so today feels cold for us. Oh, my shirt, it says, "Don't tell me what to do, you're not my dog." I just noticed in the camera you can't quite see it. There you go. I'm going to jump in with the quilt behind me. This quilt was part of a quilt along hosted by Pat Sloan. This is her porch swing fabric. The quilt along was called Summer Starlets. It was the summer of 2023. I sewed the top in June. I quilted and bound it in December 2023. I'm a long arm quilter. If you need your quilts long arm, information below. This one has a larger pantograph with spacing between it because these blocks were measured with a bunch of something and an eighth measurements, so they're not all straight. Larger pantographs helps to kind of camouflage a wonky top. The pattern actually came out of this book. I wanted to show this. This is the Fat Quarter Style book from Fat Quarter Shop. And in the book, the quilt was called Sparklets. And what's nice about this quilt, I can't show it without showing any of the measurements, but for all the quilts that are in here, in this book, what's nice about this book, sorry, it gives you an option to do crib, lap, twin, and queen. And it gives you all the measurements and the cutting instructions. So if you're a quilter, you might enjoy that book. I want to say a special thank you to everybody who stopped by my Instagram, my Etsy, my YouTube, all that stuff. Thanks for liking, following, subscribing, whatever. All that stuff helps each respective channel or algorithm. Like Etsy has their own, YouTube has one, Instagram has one, so any kind of like thumbs up, like, shares, it helps everything. I appreciate it. I've got a whole lot of stuff. Wow, I always think I won't have anything to share, and I've got a bunch. I got some finishes I'll probably start with, some sort of random projects, but I'd like to incorporate that into the floss tubes. 2 baskets of cross stitch. Wow, how about we just start with finishes? What else oh, I made a note. I don't know if you noticed. If you go to my channel, when you get to the home page, it's organized now in sections. It has all the videos on the top, and then underneath it, it's got a playlist with underneath it's got Flosstube, and then I'll have a playlist with tutorials, and then the shorts. That's how it should display. I'm going to start incorporating some of these other things onto the channel. Hopefully everybody likes them. If all of a sudden everybody unsubscribes and goes away, I'll know I need to offload them onto another channel. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Let's start with some finishes. This is a finish and I have a tutorial. This is Be Mine. This is one of my charts. It's available in my Etsy shop. I will link that below. Real quick stitch. Good price on these. I came out with some new charts, and as soon as they're ready to go, I release it before I actually have it stitched and finished, and my mom stitched this for me. That way I can get more things out faster and release them at a lesser price, which is kind of nice. And they're all small. So if you need a quick stitch, Be Mine. Thanks, Mom, for stitching this. This pillow is a tutorial. Sorry, there's bird feeders out there. I got distracted. There's a tutorial on my channel to make this pillow. I show you exactly how to make this. Very easy. I've seen a couple of people make this pillow, so thank you. Definitely like it if you make these and post them on Instagram and tag me. If I'm able to share them in my stories, I do. Sometimes if you have a private account, I can't share. Be Mine. Actually, I have a couple more of my charts. That's what I have for finishes, and I have an embroidery and a punch needle. These are the same kind of chart as the Be Mine, and I just put them into little frames. We have Rescue as my favorite breed, and Certified Cross Stitch Addict. My mom stitched these for me. Thank you, Mom. So I wanted to finish them for her so she could do something with them. Again, these charts are designed to be quick stitches. You can pick any color thanks to people who are stitching them and posting them. These charts like this will work with this bag, which I will talk about later. That can use a cross stitch small. I've got another finish, and I honestly don't remember if I showed this last time, so I'm going to go ahead and show it again. This is Winter Season Squared. This again, this is one of my charts. This is the last of the seasons squared. I finally got it done this year. So there's one for every season. And I have a free chart to show, which I am going to do a tutorial. I know I keep saying it. All the stuff's laid out. I just have to find some time. This is called Cactus Ladies. You can get this for free. I'll put my website on the screen, and I will also link it below for you. This is a free chart. There's 2 free charts on my website. You can visit and download those. And I'll be filming something with this. I know what I want to do. Everything's laid out. I just have to get it done. And I did end up filming a few tutorials, just not that one. This I showed last time, and it's done. This is the Floral Bookish Ghost Embroidery or something like that. This is the one where my husband cut this great piece of wood for me, and I painted it white so it looks like pages in a book. I talked about this last time, but it's all done, so now it can sit on my shelf. A lot of fun. I like the way that that came out. I have another piece of wood like this. I may have to design something just to go on it. I'm going to save, I do punch needle as well. We'll do all the punch needle together. And I have some embroidery and sort of sewing and quilting. I'll do all of that together too. I do have an exciting announcement about embroidery, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to dig into this kind of mess of cross stitch over here. Show you what I've been working on. It's a lot of whips for me. I know there are people who have a whole bunch. I may even be into double digits, which I usually don't do. Oh, I also have new project bags. Those will be coming too. I'm a little scattered today. I'm trying to film this early. I've been helping my husband with some stuff for work, and I've got a bunch of stuff to do today. This is Bothy Threads Cycling Fun. I started this last year during the Tour de France and put it away for a very, very long time. I actually have a little bit of progress. That's where I am. You can kind of see the beginnings of a cyclist. This is on a 14 count Charles Craft something or other. I don't know if I saved it in here, but that's what this is. Talk amongst yourselves. I don't see it in here. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere. There you go. It's probably not going to get done this year. Not only is this is a larger stitch for me, but if you look at this picture, there's a lot of back stitch. And you really need to do this back stitch. It brings out the piece. It's about 140 by 140 is what I wrote down here for stitch count. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. Slide that. That's in a project bag that I made, but I don't have any more of those. I'm just gonna slide that over there. That was someone else's pattern too. I'm just gonna go top down. For this year, we're continuing the Lizzie Kate Series Sal with 2 tall stitchers. I am stitching the Halloween Rules, all these charts. I'm going to be stitching it like this. I started up here last night. I ordered a small scroll frame for it. I didn't want to have to deal with a big, trying to keep putting together a Q-snap. I don't like to clamp over my stitching. I know it's probably fine, but I just don't like to do it. Are you ready? There you go. I did start though. This is longer than I need it to be. I bought a piece of something. I have that in here too. It's Vintage Country Mocha, something or other. Here it is. I bought a half yard of 16 count Vintage Country Mocha Ada. So when I cut it, I cut the width so I would have extra for framing, and I left the length as is. I didn't cut any off the bottom because I didn't trust myself to count and cut it right, so I know I have enough room, and when I get to the bottom I'll probably cut off 4 or 5 inches, but we'll wait until I'm done with that. And I had to use I had to bust out one of my mesh bags for this because it's big. I have all my goodies in a bag that I made a few years ago, but it doesn't fit now that I have it on the frame. Oh, if you watched last time, I'm using my scrap bag. One of the things I want to do is continue to use scraps. In fact, one of the tutorials I just made, actually both of them, the Be Mine, this used scrap fabric and scrap felt, and I have a zipper bag that I'll show you later that uses scraps. You know what? I think it'll fit here. There we go. Happy Camper by Lori Holt. This is in a Lori Holt patchwork project bag. I have some Lori Holt patchwork project bags in my shop. Please check it out. My shop helps fund our Forever Home Animal Sanctuary. We've got about 50 animals. It's time to take a head count again. And I've got a string here. I've got my floss dangling because I think I'm not sure I counted that part right. I'm on the camper where the tire will go, and I was doing this late at night, and I think my count was off, so I pulled it out some and I just put it back for later. This one I'm stitching on a 16 count or 18 count? 18 count oatmeal Aida, and I'm using 1 strand of sulky, so my own colors. And this is going to go in a special frame which I've shown before, and I'm leaving off the bottom under the words so it'll fit in that frame. And I don't have the, I won't show that, sorry. I was seeing if I had a bag to show, but I don't have more of those, so I won't show it. Because sometimes I show things and then I don't have more, and then people ask me for them, so then I'll make some and I'll put them in the shop and then they sit there. So there's a lot of bags there. I worked really hard over the holidays. If you need a bag, check out my shop. And generally, I usually put some nice zipper pulls or charms on them too. Let's see what else is in here. I do have a few things that I don't think I worked on. Yeah, I didn't touch this since last time. I'm in the same spot. The Chicken Club by Lori Holt. So I won't pull that out. Well, I can pull it out and show you where I am. I'm on the 4th chicken, Beatrice. I didn't work on it because I stole the Q-snap off of it to do something else. That's why it's like that. This is a 14 count chicken wire fabric flare. I need to get another frame or something to put on that. And I don't think I worked on this one at all either. We've been really busy. Sewing Spool Trio. This was given to me by a Flosstube viewer, thank you. I'm doing this on a 10 count with my own colors because I know what I'm going to do with it when I finish, and that's where I am. I'm only doing 2 of them, not all 3. This bag I'm going to hold up. I have 3 of these left in the shop. They're made with a tea-themed fabric, and it's got the same patchwork design. The top will be, I think I have 1 green, 1 peach, 1 blue, and the lining is a little bit different, and the back's a little bit different than this one, so make sure you check the pictures out. I won't show the back, but what I did do is I made a very similar zipper pull. So the zipper pull online has the same little cups and teapot and stuff. Check it out. Bag. If you haven't bought a bag from me before, I serged the seams on the inside. They're all quilted. They're either a by Annie or a Lori Holt zipper. They're very well done because I like things well done. I want things to last. I don't want them to fall apart. I need to bend over. Basket number 2. There we go. Where do I want to put it? Not there. That'll be in the way. I'll just put it on the floor. I'll just bend over. That's fine. There are some really fun, I'll show them later, but really fun project bags in the shop. Making sure the chart's not there. Vinyl front, a small vinyl window, not the entire front. And then I line these with a nice soft interfacing so nothing will stick. This is by Annie Vinyl. Your stuff won't stick to it. I will show the bags later, but if you're viewing this when it first pops up and you think you might want a bag, go get them, because I only had like one-offs of these because I used a fat quarter bundle. I'm working on Hogs and Kisses. This is part of my stitching with the Housewives 2025 stitch along. I'll put the hashtag on the screen. I'm hosting that myself just to help me try to get through some of their charts, and of course I bought new charts including this one. This was a purchase since my last Flosstube. And here's where I am for this. This is on 14 count chalkboard black Aida. Getting there, almost done. Probably won't finish by Valentine's Day. Most of my cross stitching I stitch at night, and like I said, we've been really busy. There's a bird fight going on out there. And the last little bits of this chart that I have left to do, there are all these little kind of confetti areas where there's a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. It takes me a long time to do that. On the black Aida, I won't travel with white behind it because when I go to finish it, you'll see it. Like you can probably see my face. So I don't do that. And I don't know what kind of hoop this is. You squeeze it and the inside pops out. I've been using all of my Q-snaps because I have too many projects going. So I've been pulling some hoops out. Check the shop if you think you might want a Valentine's-ish. They're not overly Valentine. This one's very Valentine because it has candy hearts. But some of the other ones, they have these cute little postage stamps. Not uber Valentine. And they all have different linings on the inside. So that's a stitch along. Also for this stitch along, I have two things going. Let me pull this out. And here's where my other small Q-snap went. I'm working on the, that's the chart, can't show that. If I showed it, then a box will pop up on the screen. The Quilter word swap. I've changed the colors on this. I think I talked about that last time. I'm matching it to the first quilt that I made. And that's where I am. I got one of the quilts done. I ended up filling all of this in. I added the blue. Yes, that bright blue is actually open on the chart, but I wanted to incorporate that color because that's a nice, it's a color that's on my first quilt that I made. And my first quilt also has pink binding. So I've got a little bit done on that. I find it difficult to manage so many whips. I'll tend to pull one thing out and leave it there for a few days so not a lot gets done except on whatever happens to be in front of me. This was a Lori Holt printed bag. I think you can still buy these. You have to sew them though. So I have two going for the stitching with the Housewives. And I have one more. Oh, I didn't do anything with it. That's the Funky Chicken Sal, which I did mention I was probably going to let sit for a bit. I'm on the last one. If you want to stitch these, grab a chart. I have a tutorial on my channel on how to sew together the rooster. And I did finish the one of the hens. Do I have it in here? I did finish one of the hens, but I haven't started. For crying out loud, I haven't started the last one. I'll show it in case you've never watched one of my videos before. These bags are in the shop. I have some chicken bags. I will say, I said this last time, I made them with jelly rolls. So this bag that I had, the first round I made these, the jelly roll was cut very well and it happened to be centered. I think the ones that are in the shop are a little off and I can't do anything about that. That's how the fabric is cut from the manufacturer. These have quite the zipper pull. I hope that shows. It's got some farm charms and some silver luster agate and hand-painted porcelain beads on it. You can take this off. It's got a big lobster clasp. You can use it as a scissor fob if you want. That's included with the bag. There's a few of these left. Check it out. Grab a chicken bag. And coming in July, but I know one of my Flosstube viewers has started, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to be hosting Christmas in July Prairie School Santa Sal. These are in the shop too. If you need a Christmas bag, there's actually 2 styles of Christmas bags. I got them in, I think, a week before Christmas. I kind of missed the deadline, but you know, I was busy. But anyway, I'll be stitching this one with the antique sewing machine. I did get all of the called for floss, so I have that in there, but I haven't pulled anything else. This is, I'll just keep showing it until I start on it in Christmas in July. Grab a bag. I appreciate it. Thank you to anybody who stops by the shop. Again, it helps our animals. Oh, here's the other free chart. Where'd that other one go? So this is a free chart. I'm sure you could probably screenshot and take it, but go to the website and download it. It's easier. And the other free chart was the cactus ladies. I knew I had it here somewhere. I'm going to show some punch needle. I've been doing a lot of the Kimberbell punch needle, and I have an exciting announcement. I've been doing Kimberbell embroidery projects for years. In fact, I have one here that I need to finish. I'll show you. It really needs to get done. And I have some that I did do, so I'll show those too. But I've been using their products for years. I like their stuff. Oops, I think I just kicked my tripod, sorry. They came out with a punch needle last year, and I bought them. I like them. They're easy to do. I posted them, and I got asked to be, if I'd like to be an affiliate. So, yay, I'm a Kimberbell affiliate. What does that mean? That means there's a link below. If you want to buy any Kimberbell stuff, if you click that link, it sends you to the home page, but it knows that you use my affiliate link, so anything you buy during that shopping session gives me a small commission, but it's nice. Anything that I can do to kind of help the animals, I'll do it. You know, I think I got a couple bucks this month, so thank you. You know who you are. I appreciate it. I finished. This is, I believe it's called the Love Blooms punch needle. If that's incorrect, I'll put the correct title on the screen. This is a web exclusive. You do have to buy this one on Kimberbell's website. It's not in shops. Most of their stuff is also in shops. This is really easy. If you've never done punch needle and you're thinking about doing punch needle, this is a good one to start with. It comes with this hoop. This is rubber. I'm going to sort of pull it aside. It sits in the groove of the plastic hoop. So you stretch it, you know, you open it and you put your canvas on, and then you put the rubber ring around it. I actually finished the back. I went ahead and I laced it closed. So it's ready to hang. Their kits come with everything but a pair of scissors. You know, it comes with the pattern, all the yarn. This one has a button. The fabric applique is in there, the hoop is in there, everything's in the kit, which is nice. I wanted to show too, on the back of these, I don't know if you can see it, mine looks a little plasticky. The reason it looks like that is I took this fabric Mod Podge and I brushed it on the back. What this does is it's going to prevent me from accidentally, like, if I'm moving them around, some of them are seasonal, like the Christmas ones, so if I'm putting them in and out of bags, I'll show you, like this. These are the bags that the kits come in. See how I have 2 in here for storage? So as I'm putting them in and out of the bags, this was the first one I did with that Mod Podge, and I really gooped it on. You didn't have to goop it on that much. But see, the fabric is almost plasticky, so it's not going to accidentally catch and pull out. The way punch needle works is the tension of the fabric holds it together. especially with these seasonal ones, or if you're going to make a pillow, you can make pillows or do some other kind of finishing with these. This is great on the back. It's clear. And the fabric one is better. If you use the regular, it does get very hard and plasticky, which is what I did on that little punch needle coaster. I've shown that a couple of times, so I won't drag that out again. Love blooms. Then I did the Hugs and Kisses. This one's also really easy. And Kimberbell does have videos on their website showing how to do the different stitches. See how this is like loopy and these are flat. That's what the back looks like. I'm thinking of doing a punch needle tutorial. If I do, it'll be in the tutorials section. They have really good tutorials though. Then I have, I'm gonna move that over here. One more to do for Valentine's Day. I'll show that now, but I have some haul I'll show later as well. I've got this one. Life is Cherry Sweet. I'll be working on that one soon. Probably today or tomorrow. Hey, let's just do haul right now. Why not? I don't have a lot. Early Bird Coffee and Tea. Back to cross stitch. Stitching with the housewives. Like I said, I ended up buying stuff. They had a sale, I think it was the month of January at Fat Quarter Shop, and I almost bought, I don't know how many charts, and I thought, you know what? No. One. This was the one that I bought. Well, and the Hugs and Kisses. So I bought two, I guess. Because I already have a lot of their stuff, and I do like it, but it gets to a point where I've got too much stuff, and I start to feel like, oh, I have to do all of this, and it bugs me. Mom gave me some haul. Joyful Journal, Heart in Hand. She gave me the whole set. Let's show them really quick. January. February. I bet they're in order. I didn't even look. March. April. May. Ooh, I like that one. The little bike. June. July, August, September, October, November. What's November? Okay. A tree. And December. Those are cute. She did give them to me, said I could use them for a giveaway or whatever. I will talk about giveaways later, but thank you, Mom. I'm going to check my notes really quick. If it takes me too long, I'll edit it out. You'll see a jump. I missed stitches. I have so many baskets down here. I missed my stitching. I believe these are the ones that are in the shop. I am doing a stitch along with the Stitching Owl, the Ornaments Sal. Oops. See, two baskets is too much for me. Here we go. We're both stitching these. She is doing a lollipop finish. I'll be doing a tartan finish, and I bought some pink enamel spray paint to spray the tartans pink. I'm using the called for colors, and I'm stitching on 25 count Shadow Lugana. I have two done somewhere in here. Oh, I brought this ribbon too. That's going to be to tie on them when they're finished. I have everything cut. I have all my, they're there, all my flosses and everything together. I have two of these done. I got the first two. Here we go. And here we go. There you go. I like stitching these. They go really quickly. Look, I have another hoop. That's a nerd hoop. I'm glad I have some extra little hoops. I think that was all of, I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, I do. Just too much stuff. Too much stuff. And we're back. Dog break. I also forgot to mention, I wanted to give a special thank you to some floss tubers, and I'll link them below, their channels. The Okie Stitcher and a Science Kinster. They're stitching along with the stitching with the housewives. So thank you, ladies. Sorry, it's out of order. Everything's kind of off the rails at the moment. I've already had a couple of dog breaks and interruptions. Let me show you a few embroidery things I finished and some UFOs, shop updates, discount codes, and always animal updates at the end. There's a tutorial on my channel on how to make this bag. I did use a piece of what's called embroidery leather from Kimberbell. It came inside this folding storage tote blank. I'm going to show you one of these totes too. It's fake leather. It's not real leather. You can put a cross stitch small in here. You can do this all with fabric. This is really easy. If you've always wanted to try making something with a zipper, making a zipper bag, I made this very easy. I will link the tutorial below. It's lined. I actually show you a way to kind of cheat to make the lining really easy so you're not sewing a separate lining. It works really good for smaller items. And I do show you how to make the zipper pull. Again, this was made from that fabric line that was used, you can see here, and that's used on the project bags in the shop. I'm trying to really utilize my fabric and create things from what I have versus buying new stuff. 2 tutorials, check them out, linked below. The embroidery design for, sorry for the crinkling, for this came off this Everyday Applique Volume 1 CD machine. This is machine embroidery, not hand embroidery. This is a Kimberbell item. I bought this in December, so when I mentioned becoming a recent affiliate, these things that I bought before then. I do like their products. They give really good instructions. I finally got around to using this, and they give you the sample piece to test on your machine to make sure the embroidery leather works really well. This is the folding storage tote in pink. I picked the When Life Gives You Scraps, Make a Quilt. I picked the thread colors myself. These are all Lori Holt fabric scraps. And these are the colors that I tend to decorate with and stitch with. I know that doesn't jive with what's back here. This is a little different for me. But if you go into my sewing room, you'll see a lot of these type of colors. Look at the little scissors. Look at the detail. Isn't that cute? And then the little pin cushion. Very cute. These are lots of fun. If you're interested in seeing how to do embroidery applique, let me know. I think I might do that anyway. I think I might do some embroidery videos and punch needle videos and quilting videos and pull them into their own sections. These totes get put together. It's got mine ended up with the Kimberbell logo on the inside. You can put them together a couple of different ways. I've got plenty of scraps to put in here. This CD has a lot of fun designs on it. I like this one. I hope you can see that. I was told there would be snacks. Yeah, you know that. So I have 2 more totes to do. I have this color and I have a red one. When I do those, I will show those. I also brought along a Valentine's Day. This is a freebie from Kimberbell. I'll link it below. This was the first thing I did by them. Well, I don't know, 3 years ago or so, whenever it came out. Machine embroidery, applique, fabric. You know, I made an envelope back pillow. If you want me to do pillows, I can show pillows. I made the whole thing is just fabric, and I stitched it down to make it look like it had, you know, the decorative detail on there. Very easy to do. I think it has a pillow insert. Oh no, I stuffed it. It's got regular stuffing on the inside. I'll put the link below if you want to make that. What's going on here? Too much stuff. Let's look at some fun unfinished projects. And these are some things that I hope to do this year. Last year, yes, 2024, my goal was to get through all of my unfinished quilt tops, to get them all quilted and bound and that sort of thing, and I did. Now I'd like to finish, I've got a handwork piece, which is not going to be handwork, and a machine embroidery. I'm going to show you the machine embroidery. I think I've started this one a couple of times. It just always got set aside, but I need to finish it. I'm probably a third of the way through. This is Spring Showers by Kimberbell. Oh, I've got a placeholder so there's stuff sticking out of the book. That's the quilt. It's a machine embroidery quilt. And the thing is, I've got, see how this stuff is in the bag? My fabric ready, all the, what they call embellishments, I'll show you. I've got all that ready. Everything's ready. Everything's cut and ready to go to the machine and take care of it. It also comes with, it has a background quilting bundle, which when this came out, I bought the background quilting bundle. I believe you can still get that online. They still have some of the CDs left. But I have a lot of these done, so I'll show you what this looks like. And you trim these down and they'll go into a quilt. This has vinyl on it. And you do the quilting in each block as you complete them. And I left myself notes so I know when it's time to put it in the quilt where I need to trim. I did the umbrellas. There's, I think, 3 umbrellas. This is what I mean by I've got at least a third of the way done. Look at this frog. I remember restarting this, and I think I stopped again because I think it was 2023 when my dog passed away. This has glitter see-through vinyl on it. It sort of looks like water. These flowers, there are flowers that are going to go on top of it. This is cork. Now I picked the fabric for this. At the time they did release a fabric kit, but I decided to use my own fabric. And I even have all that set aside too. And all the threads that I'm using I have set aside. I pulled my own threads. And I bought my stuff for the borders. Leftover background. Most of everything is cut already. I just need some time to do that. And it's not hard. If you have an embroidery machine, they have the best instructions. They write instructions how I would write instructions, with pictures and step by step. This is it's busted open embellishment kit, but that's what comes with it. And some of the things you put on the quilt, they're in plastic. I won't unwrap, but you can see there's a fuzzy bee, there's some mushrooms, there's some hardware for the little rain boots. I even have, I've got everything labeled. If I used it and there's leftover, I have it labeled. I'm very organized. I just need to finish it. So this is on my to-do list this year. I need to get it out and set it on the table. I almost started it again last year, but I wanted to get project bags in the shop because people were asking, so I made a bunch of project bags and now they're all sitting there. Go buy a bag. Shameless self-promotion. Also, a couple of years ago, I bought the Accuquilt English paper piecing cube. It cuts everything for you. It cuts the little papers and it cuts the fabric. I'm checking my time. Oh, I restarted. It's not going to matter. And I took a couple of Tulip Pink charm packs and I made the hexies. I cut them and I folded them and I glued them, and I didn't bring the other. I've got a tin. I had one where I put it together, they call it a grandmother's flower, and I started to hand stitch it together, and I really do not like the way my hand stitching looks. So I'm going to do something with these. I'll be popping the paper out. You know, I think a year after I did this, I saw somebody who, instead of paper, they used an embroidery stabilizer so you could leave it in. That's genius. I should have done that. But there's a hole back here. You can pop the paper out. This is special glue, Soline. It's a little glue pen. It's like a glue stick. Ew, it's gross. Ew, yucky. It has fabric on it. And traditionally, this is hand piece together. You make a flower design and then you pull the paper out and then you hand stitch it down. I know what I want to do with it. I just need to do it. I'm not going to be hand stitching. I've got an idea for it for something else, and again, just need to find the time. This one's not where it needs to be. It goes in here. Everything is sorted too. So this is on my to-do list. Those are my unfinished oddball projects. Spring showers, EPB hexies. Oh, I also have another Kimberbell project called Collectible Christmas. I didn't bring them in here. They're little Christmas houses. I'll probably show those maybe for Christmas in July. I didn't bring them in because they're on a shelf. I never take them down. I just left them up. Let's do some shop updates. I just have a couple things to show. I'm not going to show everything like I did last time. I'm going to show the new Valentine bags. I have some shop discount codes. Get ready. Take a screenshot. 5% off 50 or... Well, the 5% off 50 is if you buy between 50 and 100, 10% off 100 if you're buying between 100 and 200, and 20% off anything 200 or more. These codes are set to expire, I think, on the 17th, but I have a reminder on my phone on the 16th. I'm going to go in and renew these codes. So if you happen to hit it and the code isn't working, just wait, it'll pop back up. You can email me too, but what I have to do is I'll go in the day before and I can delete the code and then re-enter it. You can't extend the date. It's just the way that Etsy works. The dogs are back there. I do have giveaway winners coming too. But let's look at these bags. I believe I showed these last time, but I'll show it again because there's still some left. These are quilted patchwork project bags, Valentine theme. They have a really nice beaded, this is called Candy Jade, beaded and charm pull, large lobster clasp. You can take that off and use it as a scissor fob if you want. They all have different colors on the back and they all have different colors at first. I just brought one in to show. There's the inside. And I have a looped tag on the inside, and this has like a vinylish coating on it, so you can put your floss drops hooked onto that if you want. Those are in the shop. And these I'm going to show, but there's only there's only 4 left. I put them in the shop, and I actually did sell a couple, so thank you. And this one's very Valentine's. This has the candy hearts. But you can use it all year round, nobody's going to care. Or if you have a lot of whips, you can keep it as a dedicated Valentine bag. This has the cute postage stamps on the back. And here's a close-up of the hearts. Vinyl window. And the fabric front does have a lining on it. Again, this one, the By Annie vinyl is really nice. It's thicker. It's not going to stick to your stuff. Sorry, I can really hear them jingling back there. Red and pink. I'll come in so you can see the fabric. This one has the postage stamps on the back, pink. And I have 2 more to show. This has a Baptist fan with a heart design. I'll come in really close. And that's the vinyl window. Bees. Remember the bee? Here's the bees. I almost kept 2 because I really like this one. This is like a dark emerald green with the bees. I really like that color. It's very pretty. What's on the inside? The same kind of Baptist fan with the heart. And this has the candy hearts on the back. They're green. Those are all in the shop. Take advantage of the discount codes. I'm going to run them again for another month and we'll see what happens. I'll hold them up one more time. While you're looking at that, I'm going to take a minute to look down at my notes. I do have a giveaway from last time, but in general, I'm going to be pausing the giveaways because people aren't responding. I have a couple last call items. I'm going to go ahead and give the names again. Still waiting from Flosstube 16 and 17. Ornaments, mystery linen, and there was this, I think it was called PJ Buckley ornament. That person just left a comment and said they'd like to have it. I did not write down your name for that weird Buckley ornament with the certificate, and it had the little gold frame. If that's you, email me. I'll put my email on the screen. Any of these giveaway winners, email me. Let me know you won. I do check the spam folder. I have the winner from last time. So the new giveaway from last time, I'm going to put your name on the screen. It is your YouTube name. I'm going to say it wrong. Lisa Pro E Frock. It'll be on the screen. You get to select a chart from my shop. So go to the shop, look, let me know which chart you want, and I can email that to you. It is PDF format. And my email, again, azfamilyzoo@gmail.com. I'll put that on the screen. I'm waiting to hear from a couple more people, and then we're going to do animal updates. I'm waiting to hear from YouTube name SharJ57. You won the mystery linen from last time, if not last time, the time before. If you still want it, email me, let me know so I can send that to you. And then YouTube name Donna H_XS. I had that nice ornament kit that my mom donated and started. But you get everything that's in the kit. If you see this, you still want to email me. That's last call for everybody. Everything's going to go back in the kitty after this, so to speak. If you have any questions about anything you saw today, send me an email. If you'd like to see embroidery, more tutorials, I'd love to know what kind of tutorials you'd like to see. This one did really well. This is actually one of my best performing videos. Thank you for watching. And if there's a certain type of cross stitch small you want, let me know. We're going to go ahead and move on to animal updates. Pictures are going to go on the screen. Oh, I had one more thing before animal updates. I'll put pictures on the screen. One of the things I do for my husband is machine embroidery. I put logos on his work shirts, and for the ladies, I can do their scrubs or their t-shirts or anything. So I'm going to pop a few up. This is part of what's been keeping me busy the past few weeks. I've done some work shirts and some other items, paperwork and things for his office. But if you need anything like this, let me know. If I can help you out, I will. Not for free. I do charge a fee. But I did his work shirts. Going into the animal updates, we're going to start with Jacqueline, who is doing fine, but is being her goofy self. There'll be a picture of her up there. If you've watched before, you know that she barks at my husband, and we were all outside walking around, and he came out of the pig and chicken area and startled her, and she fell into the pool. It's kind of cold right now. He jumped in right after her and grabbed her. We've got one of those, I think they call them sunning ledges or something on there. It's only a few feet deep, but he jumped in and pulled her out right away, and then we dried her off, and I heated up a blanket in the dryer and wrapped her up. So she got an impromptu bath. Other than that, she's been doing really well. We're keeping her diet extremely restrictive, and that seems to help, and she's still barking incessantly at my husband, so I end up carrying her around all the time. Next up in the dog arena, let's talk about Rosie. There'll be pictures on the screen. She was off the other day. I could tell she wasn't feeling very well. It turns out she had an ear infection and a bladder infection, so she is on medication for those. We had to actually bring her back to the vet. They sent us home with the stuff for her ear, but they didn't wash out the ear, and they should have done an ear wash. So we just brought her back this week, and they washed out the ear and got all the gunk out, and she's doing much better. It was kind of icky. I'm going to put a picture of Myrtle. She is our biggest sulcata tortoise. You'll see she's sort of climbing out of her house. We had some really windy and cold weather, so we were making sure to put things in front of the doors, their flaps at night, to keep the flaps from blowing open. We needed to keep the wind out, so we use a piece of cardboard, piece of wood, something like that, and to hold that up to keep that from blowing over, we had used one of the concrete blocks that we have lying around. And Steve usually goes around, it's my husband, and would take care of all that early in the morning and pull everything down, and he forgot that day, and as you can see, Myrtle had no problem pushing it out of her way. So she's doing all right, no problems, and we only had to do that for a couple nights. This is not a regular thing, but these tortoises are really strong. I'm going to pop up some pictures of Buddy. He is a Russian tortoise. He's out of hibernation. He's about the size of a hamburger. He's our first guy out of hibernation, so we were happy to see him. He's doing well. He's been out walking around, and of course today it got cold again, so he might be regretting his decision to come out of hibernation early, but we will take care of him, and if it gets really cold again, we'll just bring him inside for the next week or two until it's really warm out. We did have a sad update. One of our chickens passed away. Mullet, the one and only chicken that was laying eggs occasionally, she was a rescue chicken, so we don't have a complete picture of her health or her age or anything like that. We miss her. She was quite the character. Chickens have a lot of personality. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to pop up a couple animal videos. Don't forget, cross stitch tutorial, bee mines in the shop. Cross stitch tutorial, make a bag out of your scraps, learn to install a zipper. Free chart, other charts. Winter season squared. I have to show all my stuff again really quick at the end. And make sure you go grab a project bag and use those discount codes. Yay! I'm going to show a video of a coyote in the side yard and a video from our bird buddy. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!